Let me ask you something. If humans really hated learning, why do kids ask thousands of questions a year? Why do people binge documentaries, tutorials, language videos, podcasts, and random Wikipedia rabbit holes at 2 a.m? If learning is so unbearable, why does it come so naturally before school? So what if the problem isn't learning at all? What if it is the way we were taught? Here's something school rarely tells us. Learning didn't start with classrooms, grades, or exams. It started with curiosity. Developmental psychologist Alison Gopnik, one of the most respected researchers in how children learn, described children as little scientists. In her research, she shows that kids naturally experiment, test hypotheses, and explore the world long before any teacher or curriculum appears. They don't learn because they're forced to, they learn because their brains are wired to want to understand. So, disliking school does not mean disliking learning, it means something changed along the way. In the 1970s, psychologist Edward Deci ran a now famous experiment. He found that when people do an activity because they enjoy it, they stay engaged longer and perform better. But when external rewards like money, grades, or pressure are added, motivation can actually drop. This became one of the foundation of self-determination theory developed by Edward Deci and Richard Ryan, one of the most validated theories in psychology. Their research shows that humans are naturally motivated to learn when three needs are met: autonomy, feeling in control of your learning; competence, feeling capable, not constantly judged and behind; and relatedness, feeling safe and supported. Remove those and motivation collapses, not because students are lazy, but because the environment is doing the damage. This isn't just psychology, actually, it is also neuroscience. In a study published in Neuron, neuroscientist Matthias Gruber and his team found that curiosity activates the brain's reward system, the system involved in pleasure and motivation. When curiosity is high, memory improves, learning goes deeper, and information sticks longer. In other words, the brain learns better when learning is driven by wonder instead of fear. So if students feel bored, anxious, or disconnected, it's not a personal failure, it is a neurological signal that curiosity has been shut down. Here is where things get a little uncomfortable. Educational psychologist Reinhard Peckgren studied something most systems ignore: academic emotions. His research shows that emotions like anxiety, shame, or failure doesn't just affect mood, they directly affect motivation and learning. When learning becomes associated with constant comparison, speed, grades, and judgment, the brain starts linking learning with stress instead of meaning. So over time, students don't think "I hate this system," they think "I hate learning." But that's emotional conditioning, not truth. Multiple studies shows this pattern. Research by Ruth Butler, I think I pronounced this name very wrongly, I'm sorry for that, found that when students focus on grades instead of understanding, interest drops, deep learning decreases, and motivation becomes fragile. Even when performance improves short term, curiosity dies. And once learning becomes about survival, not exploration, disengagement is inevitable. Again, not because students don't care, but because meaning was replaced by measurements. Now, let's be clear, and that is extremely important. structure itself is not bad. In fact, research by Young, Reeve and Deci that we've talked about before shows that structure can actually support learning, but only when it is autonomy supportive, as well as competence and relatedness. The problem isn't guidance at all, and by saying this I am referring to teachers. The problem is controlling, evaluative, speed-driven structure. And here is the difference between here is the path, explore it, and keep up, don't fail, don't fall behind. One builds motivation, the other builds fear. So when students say, I hate school, I hate studying, or I'm just not motivated, decades research suggests they are not rejecting learning. They are reacting to environments that disconnect learning from choice, meaning, and emotional safety. The problem was never the learner, the problem was a system that confused pressure with motivation. So to conclude this video, you do not hate learning. You hate what learning was turned into. And the moment learning reconnects with curiosity, meaning and dignity, motivation doesn't need to be forced. It comes back on its own.